white pieces. Liner. Okay, we've got an English. He played with e6 here instead of e5, so it's not the, yeah, it's a line that lets him play an early d5. And I can develop my bishop where I want to. See, so I've got kind of a dragon setup, Sicilian dragon setup. So it is like a reverse Sicilian at this point. Is it not? I think I should play e4 though. If he takes, I can take back. And then I don't have to worry about him pushing the pawn and attacking my knight. But if I play e4 and he plays d4, where does the knight go? It goes back here, I guess. That's okay too. I say that's okay, because the pushing of the d-pawn will leave my d-pawn relatively safe from attacks. And my move knight to e2 will put immediate pressure on the d-pawn. So he did none of the above. He's just he just castled. So I'm going to take, see which way he takes. Oh, he takes that way. Oh, that's good then. Let's castle. I'm not eager to give him an isolated queen's pawn. I'll let him take my knight if he wants to. And I'll have two pawns in the center. So I have repaired my isolated queen's pawn here. Let's unpin immediately. That is a bit of a pain, that bishop move. Let's get castled quick. Just in time castling. See, the knight can go up here to e5. Let's get my bishop out. Okay. So put the knight on e5. What is he going to do about it? I guess he could put his knight on, or he could attack my knight. Yeah, that works too. So queen to b3 would attack this pawn and this pawn. So I'm defending this pawn. I know he can take my bishop. I'm wondering if I can take here. If he takes my bishop, I take here. I get his bishop at least, if I don't mate him. Well, he's only got one move, yeah. Now the question is, can I mate him from here? There's a knight check here. Or this sets up a knight check and fork. He didn't even bother to look. And he resigned. Actually, he could have. Let's go on the analysis board. Well, I got a win anyway. On the analysis board, he could have pinned the rook with the knight. What do I do here? Oh, he's in check. He can't do that. He has to move the king. And I take the queen. He can take my rook or he can take my knight. It actually thinks taking the knight is better. But anyway, I'm just winning here. So he didn't resign too early or anything. It was a deserved win. Let's try again. Back to e4. Seems I'm getting white a lot these days. And we got a normal response too. Okay. Play the Ruy Lopez. Ah, this is the way I play it. Except I bring the knight out first. So let's see what difference that makes. So my pawn is not under threat in this line. So I can take the e-pawn. He takes, then I can play d5. And at least it'll stop my opponent from playing instant moves. I always appreciate that. But I think he did choose the best response. I think, yeah, dropping the bishop back and defending. It's even better than throwing in the check first, although he could have done that too. And let's just get castled. Be prepared to kick that bishop. I can also bring my queen out and attack this pawn. Okay, he's trying to trap my bishop. I don't like that. Do I want to go with c4 or c3? If I go c4, he can take or he can push. And if he pushes, it blocks my bishop in. Maybe I'll just go with c3. It blunts his bishop and it gives my bishop an escape square. And now f4 is looking good. So we will attack the king, develop the bishop. I think undermine the queen side is actually a reasonable thing to do here too. Okay, when he does that, I actually have to push the pawn, it looks like. Well, I could defend it with the rook. Why not push it? It opens up this diagonal, but I can oppose his bishop on this diagonal. And his knight, I can attack his knight if it goes here. does have the check. I have to be careful. I may have to take the knight if it goes here, because he has check and the knight here. I'll show you. Yeah, knight. The knight could have gone here, and then the bishop could go here, checking me, and then the knight could go here with a fork of the king and the queen. So I have to be careful. Keep a watchful eye on that knight, but looks like he was more interested in my pawn. So if I take, he takes. I'll take the rook, he takes. Let's see. His knight is not able to move with check. But it is able to move with an attack on my queen. Okay, we'll move the queen first. He can still attack my queen, but what I'm thinking is I play here with the bishop and it's supported by my queen. And it discourages him from pushing these pawns. Let's see, and then I'll bring the knight out. Yeah, there's that check I was referring to. Okay, so he brought the queen out. You know, if I had moved my queen over here. Oh, I couldn't move it over there because the bishop was hitting it. But now I'm threatening the knight. Let's see if he defends it. I can keep piling up on that knight too. I can move the rook here. Yeah, I think I win a piece, because if the knight moves, I win the bishop. If he defends it, I can attack it again, and then he has no more defense. And he can't move the knight with an attack on my queen anymore. So he goes there. We can just take back. Develop my knight. And my queen is on a light square, so I am a piece up for a pawn. Ah. Yeah, let's develop my bishop. He's freed up my rook. It doesn't need to defend here anymore, so I can bring it out. And I can put pressure here. Oh. So if I go here, he's just going to take it because the rook pins those pawns. So it's just step aside. The rook pins that pawn, so if the knight went here, the queen could take it. And now I could go here and win that pawn. And he resigned. Oh, there was also a fork of the rooks. that matters too. Okay, let's go. Okay, the immediate pin. Let's just ignore that for now. Fianchetto the bishop. So I could get to a Botvinnik setup here, it looks like. Yes, he is offering the Botvinnik setup. Yeah, let's get the knight out first. The bishop is defending this pawn, even if this knight is taken, so. Oh, plus I can take back with the knight. So he wasn't really threatening anything when he developed his knight, but he was getting it out of the way so he could castle. So it was a useful move. I think in this case I will just block that bishop because I don't want to move my knight. I will play eventually f4 in this setup. Okay, but I'm going to play king h2 next. Okay. Can get this knight to d5. That's often a good thing. Yeah, he can hop the knight in there. So let's bring my bishop to e3. This is safe still. Bishop takes, knight takes, rook takes. So pawn for a knight. Okay. Let's see if he defends that knight or if he lets me give him a pawn here that I can attack. I guess it's okay to let me take his knight because he can defend the pawn with c5. Okay, let's step up with the king first. You know, if I put the queen over on f2, then I'd be really threatening to win a pawn here. Ah, so he's not going to give me time to I can hop in there. Didn't give me time to get my queen to f2. He put immediate pressure on the f3 point. Okay, I can attack the bishop. So I think I will take it, and then I will kick his knight. That's my plan. So I don't have to worry about this pawn all the time. So queen and knight are concentrated on the h3 square. Bishop and king are defending at the moment. So he can't run in. He's got to run out. Yep. So rook to the center or rook doubling first? If I put the rook on the e-file and I push, he can take, I take, and then he can take my rook. Let's double on the f-file instead. Well, the other option is to create a weakness over here on the queen side and then push the e-pawn. Okay, he's offering me the chance to get a passed f-pawn. I guess I'll take it. It's not passed. It does control this square, but he can blockade it with the knight. Okay, I will definitely lock things up over here. Yes, he can defend that pawn. Now, double rooks like I wanted to, in case he moves his g-pawn. I want to be able to take en passant, put some pressure here. And then the next step is to push the queenside pawns. Create some weaknesses along this diagonal, and then finally push this pawn to exploit the weaknesses. That's the plan. The other thing I could do is push the c pawn to artificially isolate this pawn and then attack it. I kind of like that. If he takes, then opens up the idea of pushing this pawn. Yeah, I couldn't push immediately. I guess it might have been better to try and set that up a little bit first. If I had control of this square, I could have pushed, which would have given me a powerful duo of pawns. So his knight seems a little bit overworked there. Attacking this pawn. And maybe now is time for queen f2. Defends the g3 pawn. d5 is weak. Yes, d5 is falling. Oh, d5. d5 is weak. d4 is falling. Oh, yeah, I could take that with check too. Okay, so he is concentrating his firepower on that one. I will take that with check. And then I can drop back here and defend this pawn. Yep, he made a mistake there. Okay, he's not giving up. Attacking the knight. Oh, he can come in here now. No, he can't come in there. The rook still defends it. I think I will mate him first. I think it's faster than anything he can do over here on this side because I've got the rooks, and I can take this with check. That is the checkmate. All right. For a second, I thought I had left my g-pawn undefended. Yeah, when I moved the queen away to here, the queen was no longer defending this, but I had gotten the rook in here to defend it, so it was okay. You know, what he could do is try and exploit the pin. He's got a pin here, and he could have tried to go after this pawn. Maybe that's what he was trying to do when he started his rook maneuver, if we back up. Yeah, this disastrous rook maneuver. Maybe he saw that I couldn't take it with the pawn because of the pin. But he forgot about my rook here. The kind of mistake I've been making this session.